Hello, YouTube. Let me turn off this music in case it decides to try to trigger a copyright. Anyhow, we are doing a cooking episode, but I thought I would combine a cooking episode with a preview tour of what is currently going on with Good Enough. As you can see, I've got the RV somewhat clean, not totally done yet, but looking a little bit more reasonable than it did, a couple days ago, basically. I've cleaned up most of the stuff, moved things, hid some stuff in the bathroom for now, which I still need to go through. But what we're going to do today is a cooking episode. Yeah, I'm going to make a Denoi super burger. This is, as you can see, half a loaf of discounted French bread. It's a sesame seed French bread from Walmart that I got for 75 cents for the whole loaf. I'm actually going to make a burger using this half loaf. And basically, I've got some great value beef burgers there. We're going to take 3 of them and cook those up. We're also going to be using tomatoes, onions, pickles, and lettuce. And of course, for the sauces, we're going to use mayo and ketchup. And for the side dish, we're going to have some Walmart seasoned fries, which I've already got cooking right now. I've got it baking. The instructions said to bake it for, I think it's like 425 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. I've got that cooking because that's going to take a while. We're going to go ahead and film it, and by the time the fries get done, hopefully the video will be done. Now, what I'm going to do is start up the hamburgers. So we're going to go ahead and start frying that up. And while that's frying, I'm going to try to give you guys a quick tour so you can get a preview as to what's coming up as far as future videos that will be appearing shortly on this channel. So stay tuned. Alright, we're going to go ahead and begin the cooking by just cooking up our 3 patties here. I'm not doing anything special. They're actually frozen. You can see they come out of the bag frozen with paper. And I'm going to go ahead and start the heat up. We got a fire there going. And I'm actually going to turn it down a little bit because I want it to take a while to cook. I'm not in a rush to cook it. And we're going to go ahead and fry up all 3 patties at the same time. So these are Walmart's burgers. You can also get them from like Aldi's. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and put a lid on it just a little bit to kind of let it bake. And I do need to turn this on, the vent. I hope that noise isn't too loud. We'll turn it off here in a minute. Alright, so let me release the camera here. See how to release this thing. So we got the hamburger cooking. I have fixed my little holder here by putting a little bead in between there. So now it actually locks and won't collapse on me. But we got the hamburger cooking, and while the hamburger is heating up, what I'm going to do is add some chopped onions and some of our infamous badia. So we're going to wait a little bit until it's kind of thawed. Wow, I can see already a splatter of grease all over. So we're going to go ahead and flip the burgers just a little bit. And then we're going to season it once I know it's a little bit, it's not so frozen. This is probably going to be more than I can eat by myself in one meal, but I'll be able to have leftovers. I'm going to let that heat up a bit, and I'm going to go ahead and just let this food sit here. I am going to go ahead and put the cover over the lettuce and tomatoes and all the other stuff we're going to be putting on there. So we're just going to let that sit for a little bit, and I thought I would go ahead and give you guys a quick tour of the RV while the food is cooking. This whole meal, because of the potato, the French fries taking about 15-20 minutes to make, is about how long it'll take to put together the meal, maybe 15-20 minutes. But anyhow, as you can see, I've actually got 2 TV displays. Yeah. That one's always been here. It got moved because, I don't know if you can see here, the front area has had some work done. My son wanted like a little cocoon type area, a little private room for himself, so I went ahead and made him a little room. I used some wood here, a beam, and for the wall itself, this panel, it's actually this cheap stuff from the poster board, the styrofoam poster board for $1 that you can get at Dollar Tree. And you can see this one got cut here with a hole there for the light, because as you can see on the wall there, I had to make a panel with the light. That styrofoam is just there temporarily right now, and this isn't done yet, but you can start to get an idea of how this will work. You know, he can shut the room using these curtains here, and you got one on each side. I'm going to paint the wood, so it's not done yet. But this TV that's here, you can get over the air. You can also watch VGA, you know, computer stuff plugged in, but it swings. See, it's mounted on a little stand. So he actually has a little TV you can watch when he's in his little private room, and he's got a little light, and you know, it's got the overhead vent fan that can blow air out or in. And we're also going to be putting some additional fans here. This section isn't done yet, but it's going to be a little work area as well as storage. But yeah, the TV can serve as his private TV, or it can be swung outside for people to watch out here, like for the man cave mode or van cave mode. I'm going to flip the food here because I can tell it's really cooking. So we're gonna start flavoring it here in a minute. See how I flavor my hamburger. So what I'm going to do is just open up the barilla here. Should have probably opened this beforehand. And just pour some of this barilla liberally all over. I mean, I'm not going to glob it on there, but I do have it coated, so it is on there. So that's our hamburger coating on there. Then we're going to add a little bit of chopped or crushed onions. In this case, we got barilla onion. And we're just going to put on here. It's not really that critical because we do have fresh onion we're going to use later, but this will just enhance the flavor a little bit. So I've got the heat on. I'm going to turn it down a little bit lower because I want it to cook a little bit slower. So we're going to try to turn that down a little bit. Alright. So while that is cooking, wanted to show you the setup here. We got TV over the air, but it can also be hooked up to Roku or whatever unit if you wanted to. That is a TV I bought from Goodwill for like $8, $9. Yeah, it was like $8.99. So you can pick up some good bargains there from Goodwill if you look around. And what I like about it is that, see, it's got all these different connections. It's got composite, different composite. It's also got VGA, and it's got regular standard antenna, which is what you're watching right now. I think it even has HDMI. So for $10, you cannot beat that. That's a great bargain right there. This TV I also picked up from Goodwill, I think for like, it was like $20 or $25, and it's like probably about 22, 24 inch, and it's got a lot of different modes on it. Like right now you see it running the Legends Flashback game unit, which has like literally I think 3,000 to 5,000 games on it right now. So you can play with it with the joypads. But I also have it hooked up so it can run the Roku, which is right here. So let me make sure the Roku is on. I don't know if the Roku went off. Okay, it's back on because the light is on. But the channel is still selected for the Genesis right now, which is HDMI. So I'm going to come here. I don't have a remote for this one. I need to find a remote. Oops, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong channel selector. Alright, let me try to find the correct selection here. I have the sound off. Let's see here. It's not that one. Okay, it's this one. So that was on TV. I mean, it can go TV, but it doesn't have the new TV format. So this TV doesn't work as a TV. But if I put it in HDMI 1, then it should show Roku here. So the Roku, with Roku, I can like watch YouTube. I can watch Pluto TV, Tubi TV. I can also scroll like different shows that are available. So even though this TV wasn't a smart TV, by hooking up to Roku, I'm able to turn it to a smart TV. And you might be wondering what I do for Wi-Fi. For Wi-Fi, I actually can get it from, the RV park where I'm staying, or if they don't have good Wi-Fi, which they often don't, I actually use my phone as a Wi-Fi hotspot and use it to surf the web, watch YouTube, and work the computer. Gotta flip the meat again. This is like a cooking and tour video. You can see the meat is like starting to look really good, isn't it? All right. Doesn't that look so good? Oh my goodness, look at that. Put our lid on it and let that cook one more final round here. You can tell when hamburger meat is cooked because the juice coming up will be like clear and not red. Anyhow, so you can see we can watch YouTube. You know, if I select this to go to YouTube, I think right now, I don't know if it's going off my phone. It might be going off my phone. Or it might actually be going off the Wi-Fi for this area, which would not be that good. So the YouTube might end up not working. Maybe I don't need to share that because it looks like it's sitting there. Wi-Fi might be having a connection issue because I'm not going through my phone. But anyhow, I could watch YouTube on here if I wanted to, or if I switch channels. Let me try to get here and find the channel. I kind of do this by feel. That's not it. And that turned it off. Let me try to... You can see I'm not very good at this. Alright, it looks like the fries are done, so the food should be done soon. But I'm still trying to get this to work here. Okay, that's the volume. It must be this one. No, that's not it. It's analog. Here we go. HDMI 2, HDMI 1 is the Roku. HDMI 2 is the flashback, which you just saw recently. So here you can see we switched here, and we got Belle here running through the castle. So I can play with that if I wanted to. And if I go to PC mode, the PC is actually on right now. This is an old PC I picked up for like 20, 25 bucks. But you can see we got World of Warcraft, which I'm not playing right now. But maybe in a future episode, I'll let you guys know what server I'm on. This is a private server, which means it's free. So if you can get the client, you know, the Ratchet of the Lich King, I think it's version 3.35. Basically, if you can get this version and get onto the server, just follow their instructions, you can go on there and play World of Warcraft for free with me. So you can come on here and try to attack me or join me. So maybe we'll stream some of those episodes on a future date. But that's basically my new man cave. And my son has his little private bedroom cave area. And when my daughter's here too, she can have her little bedroom. So there's like 3 bedrooms in here right now. I am going to go ahead and shut the heat off because I think the food is pretty much done. Looking at the juice, I don't even see all that. Woo! It looks like it's pretty much done. So what I'm going to do is just flip it one more time. Get all that good crusty meat. I like that. Alright, so we're going to let that sit and shut it off. Oops. Shut this whole thing off here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and shut this off. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off because it's so loud it might be affecting your ability to hear me. Alright, to put together our burgers, the first thing we're going to do is obviously remove the bun from our bag here. This is half of it because I already made half the other day. Just to make sure this would work. And it was like a super giant burger. So we're going to make it now. And I'm going to cut this right in half. Cut this French bread here, French loaf, because unlike a conventional burger, ours is like a super deluxe, giant-sized burger. So we got this going on right now. Oops, should have cut it through here. All right, a little bit rough there, but we got our burger cut. So the next thing we're going to do at this point is we're going to go ahead and put the meat on it. I'm going to go ahead and remove the meat from... This is our cooked meat from the stove. So that's one patty right there. This is our second patty right there. And it looks like this is going to be a tight squeeze, believe it or not. I think I might have to, let's see if we can do it diagonal here. Yes, and it is a fit, barely a fit. So we got 3 burgers on there. I am going to go ahead and try to take some of this crunchy stuff and put it on here too. You know, I like this crunchy, 'cause this is the crunchy burger meat with some of the seasoning here, the body and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there. And I think the first thing we're gonna do is try to glue everything together. Let me see if I can bring this a little bit closer here so you guys can see what is actually happening. All right, so basically, first thing I'm gonna put down is some ketchup. Shook it up to mix it up, and we're gonna squeeze the ketchup. All right, oops. Look at that ketchup go on there. I'm already salivating. I'm pretty hungry. Then to mix it up, we're going to take some of our mayo, some of our Walmart mayo here, and squeeze that on there. Oops. All right. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? I could have probably done a better job on the mayo, but it's good enough. And now the tomatoes and everything else. What should go first? I think tomatoes, we're going to try to put the flattest first. So tomato first, right? Tomato. Tomato. And then we're going to try our onions. I'm going to put a couple onions on here. All right, maybe more. I always hate, you know, when you go into the restaurant and it's like they skimp on the ingredients. That's one of the cool things about making your own is you can put as much as you want. So that'll fit. That's the big problem I have is it doesn't want to fit. You know, I tend to overdo this. But this is our super burger, so what do you expect? All right, we're going to put some, I don't even like pickles too much, but for this super burger, I am going to put pickles on here. You might be wondering why I'm having burgers instead of my usual, like, Asian dish. I was watching YouTube, and there was this channel where they show, like, they say tribe people, basically Iranian, you know, tribe people that live out in the mountains or whatever. And they were feeding them stuff like McDonald's and hamburgers and stuff. And it looked so good. I was like, man, I think I'm going to have a burger. And then decided, you know what? I think I'm going to have a super burger. And decided to make my own. So my burger is like super deluxe, giant size. So we're going to go ahead and put our lettuce on top. And this is like huge. This is mega huge. All right, so we got our lettuce. Let me put our lettuce here. It's basically, the hamburger is like a complete meal with a salad, right? And now the top. And let's take a look at how big this burger really is. Let me fix this camera here. And you can see this burger is like giant size. It is like, we should measure this. How many inches is this? Okay, we got our little ruler here. I'm looking at the ruler. All right, so we're gonna set the bottom down here. This burger is 5 inches tall. This is a 5-inch burger. And it's 5 inches tall by, let's take a look here, by 10 inches long. It's a 10-inch long burger, 5 inches tall, and 4 inches wide. So that's our super deluxe burger. And our fries are done, so I'm going to be taking that out. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare the dish and show you what the final thing looks like and maybe do a quick taste test for you guys. Alright, here then is what our finished hamburger looks like. And you can see it is like mega giant size. It's like bigger than the plate. So if you look at the plate, that's like with a 10-inch plate, 11-inch plate. You can see how big that burger actually is. And I'm going to attempt to eat that thing. Let me get some ketchup here. For the fries, I don't think we're going to do a full-blown McBang with this, but you know, it looks so good. Look at that. This is the first time I've had one of these. Not really. I made one the other day, but it was smaller. It only had 2 burgers on it. Instead, I mean, you know, 2 patties instead of 3. So here we go. Let's do the fries. My fries are nice and crispy. Now it's time for the burger. Oh my goodness, I think it's so huge. Let me try to adjust the camera. Hopefully you guys will be able to see me. All right, I can't see what the camera actually sees because it's the front camera, not the back camera. But I'm going to try to show you what things are looking like on this end. Oh my goodness, I hope I don't spill this everywhere. But this is what the burger looks like. It's like huge. And we're going to try our first bite. Here we go with my missing teeth. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's like wanting to fly apart. I don't even know if I can open my mouth. It was a 5 inches. Here we go. I can't even open my mouth that wide. Look at that. Doesn't that look so good? Oh my goodness. This is like a mega burger and a half. I think pieces of it just flew out. Pickles. Alright. It was kind of a mess. Maybe I'll eat some of it. I'm sure you guys are curious as to how one would eat something like this. I don't think it's really that practical to make something this large. At least not for regular eating. But for YouTube, oh my goodness. This is so good. And it's so large. Here we go. Definitely, I could not finish this whole thing. It's so good. Well, I think this video has run long enough. I'm going to go ahead and stop it. But for those of you who are interested in watching me eat this big giant thing, I think we're going to go ahead and do another video just as a bonus. I wasn't planning on doing a mukbang, but this is so unusual and so large and so good. I thought maybe you guys might enjoy it, so we'll go ahead and do that. So, until the next video, take care everybody. Bon appetit. Get your ingredients, and you can make this too and eat with me.